Welcome to Cocktail Chronicles, the After Dark edition. All right. We are here at EQE Lounge in Atlanta, and tonight we are talking about millennials and cocktails.
How do you make sure, which is something I said kind of earlier, that the perception of you having a drink is not affecting your decision making?
If it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon and your team just closed the deal, and you all want to go celebrate and catch a beer, and you have no more business to conduct during the day, I don't think that you will face scrutiny with taking one drink with your colleagues to celebrate. If it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, you may want to watch, those types of scenarios where even if folks are out drinking at lunchtime, you might want to pass.
We were in an environment and it was appropriate, such as the scenario that Greg said. We're celebrating as a team. It's after work. You have no more business. I'm going to order one thing that I like. I'm going to drink and I'm going to move on. Right? Again, if you're at a 1 o'clock meeting or you have business to attend to for the rest of the day, you definitely don't want to do that. So it goes back to, again, that brand, right? Because I faced more scrutiny because I wasn't drinking. I was the oddball out. You would get picked on if you weren't drinking. So I had to figure out, okay, what do I like to drink? What's my limit? And then just stick in that gray area of saying, okay, if everybody else is drinking, then I might have a glass of something. And I may have to finish the whole glass, right? But just to be social in that setting so that it doesn't cause me to appear as though I'm not a team player, where I can't relax or kick back with the rest of the team.
Clearly, we've all had a friend or two, or maybe ourselves, that have had one too many drinks, and somebody had to pull us aside and say something. If you're a real friend to somebody, don't be afraid to actually start that conversation and say, "Hey, maybe I think we're good. I think we're done here. It's like, you want to get out of here? Let's have a glass of water and let's walk around the block. Let's just be vocal about it, but be friendly and show that you've got some concern. Don't ignore it."
I know we're talking today about millennials and what we can and can't do as well, but and really being able to bridge that gap between baby boomers, that intergenerational gap that is there currently. But the reality of it is that it's still the baby boomers and it's still the older professionals, that those 10%ers that still kind of run America and run business and run politics and run these companies. So where do we make that gap?
Every generation always thinks their way of doing things is superior to the one after and after that. So even as millennials, we'll probably say the generation, I don't know, we ran out of letters, so I don't know what they'll call it, the generation after us and after that. What'd you say? At Generation Edge, we'll be like, hey, y'all need to, get off whatever social media platform we'll have at that time. There's always that issue every time. I always think of music, I compare it to music. Like, my mother, she's from Generation X, she loves like NWA and Rakim and all these people, Curtis Blow, Run DMC. I can't stand that music. And her mother, they like Al Green and James Brown and all these people, and they were like, this music is bad, it's terrible. And my mom was saying the same thing about Young Thug and Lil Wayne. So it's always that issue of ageism. I think it applies to drinking and alcohol consumption. Anything that you do, you're going to have the issue of the generation prior to yours feeling or having a superiority complex.
Thank you so much, Jay, because I think this is a conversation that is needing to be had in all different settings. I think this needs to be had in a corporate setting, it needs to be had in this after dark setting, but people need to know that not only is it okay to drink, but you have to be intentional about what you're doing, and you have to make sure that you are yourself at all times.